left in Favola against Thursfield. Favola with strength from an impossible angle. Oh, he's kicked a miraculous goal. Some genius from Brendan Favola.
I want to know, therefore I go. Your number is 1.
Drills the pass. Favola's there. Oh, no way. Oh, Brendan Favola kicks the goal of the year.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable skill. See the ball into the slow lane. The no goal.
Welcome back to the Sunday Footy Show. It was the Brendan Favola show at the MCG yesterday. The difference between winning and losing was the big forward as we take a look at the Blues over a pretty good Richmond. They had lots of the footy and lots of scoring shots, as you can see. But Fev with 9-1 was the big story. Carazzo very good for the Blues. Cousins, as I said, starting to play nice football for the Richmond Footy Club. The TAC Cup Super Coach votes. Fev on top and Cousins, you can see it there yourself. Time to introduce a man who was brought down to the Blues off the rookie list from Ballarat, Michael Jamison. He's doing a very good job. Jamo, welcome to the Sunday Footy Show.
Thanks, mate.
Congratulations yesterday. A very necessary win for the Blues, but it really was all about Fev. 9-1 and he got you over the line.
It was. We probably didn't play our best football, so to come away with 4 points, large part due to Fev was pleasing.
Hideous north wind, Bill, at the MCG yesterday, and it made, I'll ask you, Jamo, the conditions almost impossible from a foot skill point of view.
Yeah, it was pretty swirly, but pretty hard to read in the air. But Fev made it look pretty easy, kicking 9-1, I suppose.
Was he happy with himself? Knowing Fev, he would have been a bit chuffed and let you know about it after the game?
No, he was pretty quiet this morning at recovery. He said he spent last night cooking cupcakes with the 2 daughters, so a pretty quiet night in.
Times have changed, Billy.
Yeah, what's going on there?
And you had a little bit of exposure to Jaden Post, a talented young unit, Richo, from your footy club, big boy, and took a really nice big mark, but also did a couple of good things around the ground.
Yeah, look, Posty was really good. I thought he's only in his second game of league football, but he takes a very good mark. He reads the play well in the air, and he does some smart things off the ball. I think Vickery got a mark, which was all due to Posty's body work, so I thought he went all right. You played on him for a while. What thoughts on him?
Yeah, he seems pretty good size for a young kid, and as you said, took a couple of good grabs in those winning conditions, which are promising.
All right, I'm doing this game, Bill, so stand by and just see how it's done. The Blues.
Right, go.
Tigers. It was very, very difficult conditions. The ball was hard to mark, hard to kick. The Blues got off to a nice-ish start, but it was a very error-riddled first term, Jamo. I think the Tigers went in with a 1-point lead, but I don't think either coach would have been happy at quarter time.
No, it was, as you said, it was pretty swirly, and we gave away some errors in the forward 50, like the handball I just did then, which probably wasn't great. But to our credit, we battled on, and they're probably games that we would have given away in the last few years, but we stuck to it.
This is a young man, Tomo, who just gets better and better, Bryce Gibbs. You would expect that from a first-round draft pick or number 1 draft pick, but his last 10 games of footy are starting to become elite.
Oh, especially the last 2. The last 2 wins over Fremantle and also Richmond have been crucial. But, Michael, I'll ask you this. What has Brett Ratton said that you guys need to improve to take you from a side that pretty much only just beats 2 of the bottom teams to being a force in this league?
Yeah, we've identified that we've conceded a lot of goals starting in our forward 50, so it's our overall team defence that we really need to pick up on, not letting it get to the back line rather than cutting off in the midfield, and also probably our skills, our efficiency's been down in the last few weeks that we need to pick up.
Yeah, Jam, I noticed at the stoppages yesterday, a couple of your on-ballers, they really get good spread out of the stoppage. Do you give one of your on-ballers a licence to almost roll the dice and push forward at a stoppage? Yeah,
usually we'll pick someone to go to at the start of the game, and obviously you let Chris Judd do that most times, but he's had a lot of help this year with guys like Sean Grigg and Andy Carazzo, both playing pretty well.
Yeah.
And Eddie Betts, he's kicked 31 goals for the year, but his forward pressure is just sensational. So he's so important to the way you structure up.
Yeah, it is. Last year we were probably a bit Fev reliant, so to get Eddie kicking those goals already, and Mark Murphy's kicked a lot of goals for a midfielder. But as you said, Fevy had 3 tackles as well yesterday, so our forward 50 pressure is something we really try and work on.
You were Fev reliant yesterday, Jamo, and the main reason for that was that Big Satanta pulled out prior to the game. What's the story there?
Yeah, he's just got a bit of a knee in the back a couple of weeks ago, so he's just pulled up a bit sore from last week, so he just had the week off and he'll be right to go next week.
Well, it was up for grabs at half-time, this particular game, and it was really a matter of which team used the ball better. No doubt that it was the Blues and this young man, Andrew Carazzo, I thought probably the best field kicker on the day.
Yeah, he's had last 2 weeks, Andy Carazzo's played really well, and he's kicked 3 or 4 goals in the last 2 weeks, but using it a lot better as well, which is pretty important in conditions like that.
Were Richmond ever a chance here, Jim?
They were. They just weren't clean enough for a show when it mattered, I reckon, in that last 40 minutes when the game was right there to win. Just a couple of turnover errors and a couple of handling errors allowed the Blues just to sneak home.
Yeah, you're right, Jim. Every time we got back within a couple of goals, Fev would do something like this, or we'd make a really stupid mistake and they'd get a couple of goals. So we could just never quite get close enough.
Now, Richo, Vickery just looks like a natural footballer. There's a nice contested mark there, and the ability to just play on and kick the goal. He's such a good player. You must be excited as a club to see him progress in a couple of games like he has.
Look, there's no doubt out of yesterday's game. If I had to walk away with a couple of positives, I would have said Post and Vickery, both 18-year-olds from the under-18s last year, and they both took a couple of nice marks and kicked a couple of goals.
Oh, good work by the big cruise here, Jim.
Don't worry, mate. He is the very, very impressive prototype for ruckman in the future, Matthew Cruiser. He was fantastic. Not huge impact, but able to stand up. And here's Fev. Kicked that one onto the moon. Actually landed in the footsteps of Neil Armstrong.
Well, that's good, because the moon wasn't out by then, so that's a good kick.
Now, Michael, moving forward, you have your destiny in your own hands. Do you believe you're a genuine finals contender and a threat, really, if you can make it?
Yeah, I think so. We've got a big month ahead. We've got Sydney next week and then 3 Friday night matches, so it's going to show us a lot how we go. Those 4 next matches, we've got Collingwood and Geelong in there, so if we can step up against those 2 teams, it'll really show us where we are.
Chamo, do you know the rush behind rule?
Yes.
Such confidence,
Yeah, look, you are still cautious, I suppose. I think defenders probably just need to see a few go through and not get paid just to get that that confidence to be able to do it.
Are you worried that there's still a bit of a grey area there and you're not sure whether the umpy's going to blow the whistle or not?
Yeah, it's still up in the air a little bit, I think.
it is.
Jamo, it's important you play in the finals, I reckon, for the Blues, whether you win it or not. I think this group needs to experience that September action, the real heat, and maybe, especially the midfield group, learn from playing against some of those elite, clusters of players in the real sort of strong September action.
Yeah, I think we've only got 2 or 3 players that have played in finals action, so it's probably important for us to take that next step.
All right, votes, Bill. And
Jamo, did you get Jamo in?
It just couldn't sneak him in. He's a very nice player, Jamo, but not able to wind him into these ones. Fev, 9, because he kicked 9 goals. He was absolutely sensational. The difference between the 2 teams. Brett Deledio, Richo, is a really exciting prospect. He's just starting, I reckon, to learn how to run hard, but also how to match it with elite players in the competition.
Look, he's been all over the place, half-back, wing, and I think now that he's putting him in the guts more, and I think they need to do that.
Bryce Gibbs, terrific as well. Now, these are the run homes, or the next month anyway. Swans, Collingwood, very tough game there, Jamo, at Etihad Stadium against the Kangas, and Geelong at the MCG, always tough. And Richmond have also got the Kangaroos next, Essendon, Melbourne and the Sydney Swans. But the column on the left is the important one because the Blues are looking at featuring in September. Bill, Michael Jamison, what does he take home?
Well, the Aquila shoes look good in Newland there with the Aquilas on, and the Dave and Goliath clothing, $250 voucher to the glue stores. There it is there, Jamo. Man, what a fuss. Just a bit of work on the feathers, $100 voucher there. The Waterside Hotel, $100 voucher there. The King Chrome tools. You got the tool bag and balls and all, everything in there.
Spanner in there, Bill.
A spanner and a shifter and a shackle pin and a hammer. We've got the Krispy Kreme donuts, which I'll have. And the Home Timber and Hardware, $200 gift card thanks to Home Timber and Hardware, the proper hardware store.
Beautifully handled, Bill. Michael, thank you very much for joining us. Congratulations, a rookie listed player from Ballarat. You really are now starting to make Carlton and that back half your home, and we love watching you play. Well done.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Is Robin Nahas going to play? Sorry, I had a tape measure. Is Nathan Brown playing today in the VFL?
Oh, no. Yeah. Yes, he is. And did you want me to pass that on to Robert? He's doing a bit of renovating.
Cannot believe
Give it to me.
what we're working with here. Adam McPhee from the Bombers next on the Sunday Footy Show.